I'm going to show you how to do a validation check on an Accufit9000. So I go into the validation check page now. Let's just check the settings. Let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit. So right now, this from the factory, a lot of times this will be set to 2000. You can put it down as low as 1000. The Accutech company, the manufacturer, recommends a target minimum ambient particle level of around 5,000. It becomes important when you're testing things like SCBA or things with a higher fit factor pass value. If you're fit testing half-face respirators or N95s where the pass is 100, 1000 should be fine, or you could dial it up to 1500 or something like that. Let's just try 1500 here. Nice, hit save. Okay, so that was under settings. Now let's just back up here a little bit. Now I have the particle generator running at 6 feet away because I don't want to flood this with particles, the tubing. So let's hit start. So I've taken the HEPA filter off because it told me to do that. Let's see how many particles we have in the air. Oh, I've got 4,000 some. So that's good. It's you don't want to have too few and you don't want to have too many. So I've got more than enough because I need to have at least 1,000. Now it's telling me to attach the HEPA filter. So I put this on and I hit next. Now it's going to check and make sure that now in the tube we should have 0 particles coming through here. Like I say, the target value from the manufacturer, the target background minimum particle count is around 5,000. Now, again, if you're fit testing N95s or half-face respirators, the pass mark's only 100. You could get away with, say, 1,500 or even 1,000. You don't want to run it too high. The full range in this is maybe 3,000 to 8,000 particles. You don't want to flood. You don't want to have the particle generator too close to the tube. You don't want to have a lot of salt in the air. So if this was, if I had taken this and it was up to 8,000 or more, I'd want to move the particle generator back, or there's a dial in the back to reduce the amount of flow coming out of it. So we can see that it passed the 0 check. We're just waiting for it to complete its verification. Sometimes you can get little cracks in the tubing here, or if this HEPA filter gets dropped very much, you can have cracks in the housing. So if this doesn't pass the 0 check, there can be reasons like that why it may not be passing. If you don't get enough particles in the air, if your alcohol in your chamber is old, it may have soaked up too much moisture, and that can also cause a low particle count. Again, the best place to do any fit testing is in a small room with bad ventilation, and you don't want to have that particle generator too close to this tubing or the person being tested. It should be like 6 feet away. Okay, so we're just letting it finish here. The operation is very similar in the software. Okay, so it says test passed. My particle count was 4,000, where I only needed to have 1,500. From the factory it might be set to 2,000, but you could dial that up or down if you want. Again, the factory recommends ballpark 5,000 particles. 0 check, it passed that, and my max fit factor, it passed that as well. And now I'm ready to go do fit testing. So I would exit out of this and I would go into fit test.